Good afternoon, boys and girls, moms and dads, parents, guardians, and friends. Today we are going to talk about multiple accounts again of events or topics and how different authors or writers see them from different points of view. So yesterday we identified the differences and the similarities and points of view, and that really helped us to better understand the shared accounts on the topic and event that we were looking at. Today we're going to look at a new topic. Today we're actually going to be reading 4 historical accounts that are on the same topic. And we will take note of what the topic is, which point of view, who is the author, what is the author's perspective or opinion, and then we're going to look for evidence that supports that idea. Okay. So today we're going to start off by reading an excerpt from an article, and here's what the excerpt says. From Village Life in America by Caroline Cowles Richards. December 20th, 1855. Susan B. Anthony is in town and spoke in Bemis Hall this afternoon. She had a large audience and talked very plainly about our rights and how we ought to stand up for them, and said the world would never go right until the women had just as much right to vote and rule as the men. She asked us all to come up and sign our names who would promise to do all in our power to bring about that glad day when equal rights should be the law of the land. A whole lot of us went up and signed the paper. I could not make grandmother agree with her at all, and she said we might better all of us stayed at home. Okay, so the first thing when I am going to analyze this account, first I'm going to think, what is this about? So I can see it says in the text, it says plainly about our rights. And then I see it says the right to vote. And I know that this is a woman writing. So I believe the topic is the woman's right to vote. Okay, who is the author? Here it is. It says by Caroline Cowles Richards. Now, this is Caroline Richards writing this, but she was there. So this is first person point of view, and it's a first-hand account because she was actually there when she heard the speech. And I can tell that she is someone who is for women's rights. Because in the text, it says that she said that Susan B. Anthony asked us all to come up and sign our names who would promise to do all in our power to bring about that glad day when equal rights should be the law of the land. And then she goes on to say, a whole lot of us went up and signed the paper. So in that way, I can tell that she is for women having rights. Now the grandma, I don't know. I think she is, but she just don't want to go through the process. Okay. Now, here's another article. I want you to pause the video. As you pause the video, I want you to think about these topics. Okay? Read. Okay. Now, if you paused the video and you read the article, you would know this article too is about women's rights, because this article was about Susan B. Anthony and other women being arrested because they went and voted. We are unclear who the author is, but we know this is a third person point of view, but this is a first-hand account because they were there. Now, this didn't happen to the person who wrote it, but they saw everything that happened and they wrote about what they saw. And based on that, based on the fact that they were willing to report every detail about them being arrested, about the negative behavior and the threats, I would say that this person thinks women probably shouldn't have the right to vote. And my evidence is, it says she was charged with the crime of illegal voting. Okay. It also, there's some other negative things that the person puts in here that kind of makes me lean towards that this person doesn't believe that women should have the right to vote, because they do. In here, they say, well, Miss Anthony threatened to take the inspector to court and sue them for a large sum of money. So the inspector let them do it. They voted. And then what happened? Someone saw this and went and wrote and complained. Hint, hint, complained. And they were arrested. Okay. All right. Now it is your turn. You are to work independently. You're going to read Rochester Union and Advertiser. You're going to read this, and you should fill one of these out. And then you're going to read this other article, From One Woman's Right to Vote. And this is by Susan B. Anthony. And you're going to fill this out. Once you are finished, you will answer questions 1, 2, and 4 on the eClass page. And then you'll be finished. I look forward to seeing your answers. Remember, when you are analyzing multiple accounts, you first look to see what topic or event that the articles are all talking about. And so far, from what we see, these 2 articles were about women's rights to vote. Then you look at the point of view. Is this first person, second person, third person point of view? Once you're able to identify that, then you're going to look, well, what does this person think about the topic? And what evidence in the text supports that thought? Okay? I look forward to seeing your answers in the discussion post. Have a good evening.